So there is a Start Engine campaign, which is an investment website, Start Engine. It's like Kickstarter, except instead of getting something in return on a site like Start Engine, there's a few of them like angel investing sites where you're actually putting in money to gain a piece of the investment for the final product.
Sure.
So this is Atari coming back, trying to get a port of probably the biggest Atari title of the past 20 years.
Atari. All day today.
RollerCoaster Tycoon, they want to get it onto the Switch.
Man,
Okay?
you'd think they'd want to get it on the Atari box.
Oh, man. That would be good. All right. So this is a campaign. Again, it's a Start Engine campaign. Let's try to sell investors on doing it. So the investment is any amount into the campaign with a $250 minimum, and it'll earn your pro rata share of 50% of profits until you make 120% of the original investment, after which you'll earn your... This is... I don't know what the fuck that means, and I should know a little bit about investing. All right, so you're investing for a piece of the pie of the profit sharing of this if it comes out. However, they're asking for a goal of $1 million in order to get this port done. They're at 39,588 with only 80 investors and 83 days left. Suffice to say, they might not make the goal of doing that.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to.
So it's a description of what Atari Game Partners is. Atari Game Partners is a wholly owned subsidiary of Atari. Our mission is to develop and publish games from Atari's iconic and prolific library, containing 200-plus gaming franchises, like Atari Circus, for handheld platforms and others. Given the breadth of the Atari portfolio, which is an inch deep, we decided to team up with investors to take full advantage of the depth, the diversity, and the opportunities that are presented with such a catalog. Atari Game Partners is eager to continue that success by bringing one of gaming's most beloved franchises to one of the biggest emerging platforms. Okay, it sounds like this Atari Game Partners was formed as a smaller company just to say, okay, we have all these games that exist. Let's try to put them back out in the public eye, re-release them, get them on other platforms. All right, makes sense. So they're pushing RollerCoaster Tycoon, which, wow, was 1999 was the first release. Wow, almost 20 years.
So, I mean, right off the bat, I think this is insane. $1 million to port a game to a Switch that was released in 99, and you can get on your smartphone, and they actually quote from BuzzFeed, "We loved this game a ton back in the day and love it even more now that we can distract ourselves even further on our smartphones." I mean, why
would it be hard to port that version, then you're saying, to the Switch?
Well, that, and also why aren't you doing a later version of RollerCoaster Tycoon?
Is it clear this is the first version?
Yes,
you want to port
it directly states that right.
Oh, that's kind of weird then.
It directly states that right up here. The unmitigated success of the RollerCoaster Tycoon franchise made the opportunity clear for Atari Game Partners. That's in bold.
So, okay.
Deliver the first RollerCoaster Tycoon game for the Nintendo Switch.
Does it mean first one on the Switch or the first one that came out in 99 on the Switch?
I don't know, but I mean, if they're quoting the one, like I said, they just quoted the one that was on smartphones, which the smartphone quote from BuzzFeed mentions the one back in the day.
All right, so it comes out in 99. Sequel, it was in 2002. Atari got control of the franchise in 2004. Platinum Edition comes out in 2006. Nothing for 11 years until the smartphone game RollerCoaster Tycoon Touch in 2017.
Okay, so maybe that's the one they're porting.
But if they're porting that one, I mean, how much would they have to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way. If excellent indie game studios and, cool publishers like Limited Run can get games onto the Switch, there's no fucking way this is $1 million. I'm sorry, there's no fucking way.
I don't know. I don't know what it would take to port this over. I have no idea. There's a pre-alpha picture on here. I don't know if according to this schedule, if they get the funding, this is going to come out this year. So this is coming out this year. This has to be somewhere in some early development by now, you would think.
Okay. I mean, perhaps I'm wrong, but I mean, it's just weird that they would ask for investors on this if they're that certain about this.
Here's the point, though, Ian. This game isn't from scratch by any means.
No,
the engine's done.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I've been pointing out to some degree is that it's this is not a scratch game.
They want to do multiple scenarios, sandbox mode, and they have a Tycoon career mode. All right. So, now this says it's going to begin development. So this isn't. All right, I don't know.
Okay, the best thing I can say is at best this is an incredibly obtuse and confusing pitch.
You know what's not a confusing about this pitch? The motivation, because they figured, wow, the Switch is selling a fuckload through the season, and let's make that part of the pitch, which they did here about 14 million Switch consoles will be sold by March 2018. They figured, what's probably the only modern Atari title we can put on a Switch? RollerCoaster Tycoon. So let's get it on there, and let's get some backers, which isn't a bad idea. I don't know if $1 million is what you need to get it done, though.
Oh, and by the way, RollerCoaster Tycoon's a lot of fun, but it's just
yeah, absolutely. I played it way back.
This is just insane.
But yeah, stunning 3D graphics. All right. I mean, is the one on the phone like that? Let me look. I mean, you can ramble about what you like about RollerCoaster Tycoon and making people throw up off the rides. Well,
I'd rather talk about Theme Park from Bullfrog, actually, which was far better.
The spiritual successor?
It was the original, basically.
Was that Oz before RollerCoaster Tycoon?
Yeah, that was early. That was very early. I liked that one because you could right-click on certain rides and go on a quick little grainy first-person 3D ride. Of certain rides. That one was 2D sprite-based graphics, and you could definitely make people throw up all over the place. And if you didn't put proper toilets in, little pee puddles would appear.
There's multiple RollerCoaster Tycoon games. It looks like. It looks like you can get the original for $6, but the one RollerCoaster. What the fuck? RollerCoaster Tycoon Touch. Graphically looks really fucking similar to the pictures they're showing here.
Right. So I bet you they just took. They probably just superimposed the pictures onto a Switch.
So I want to make sure these features are the same. Users collect card packs by completing missions and progressing through the game. Oh, is that part of it? Well, I'm gonna guess that the port is just gonna be the app game, and that's the port, and then they're gonna just put some Switch bells and whistles and they'll be done with it.
Sweet.
$1 million.
$1 million.
All right. My guess.
Oh.
Not saying for sure, but that's my guess.
Atari.
Pong game shows. Weird consoles that may never come out.
And a $1 million port of RollerCoaster Tycoon for the Switch.